What is up, everybody, and welcome back to Drollgamingfaction. I am DGF Keen Assassin, and I would like to start off by saying please excuse my congestion. I'm getting over a cold right now, so that's why I kind of sound the way I do. But no, today I wanted to really break down for you guys the routes that I take, and I think the best ways to go about getting the keys for the infernal machines to get the organs to make your hellfire rings by beating the ubers. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is break this down for you guys. So if you do, okay, I played usually around T3, T4. Right now, I'm still building up. Hopefully I'll be a T5 in like a couple weeks. But right now I'm about T3, T4. But when I do my key runs, I do it on T1. Because I find that doing the key runs fast, I can run through a T1 key run in, man, maybe 2 to 5 minutes. And I find out if I get the ring or not. And then usually 1 out of 3 runs I'll get the key, which is still faster in my opinion than doing like say a T4, and you gotta fight stuff more. It takes a lot longer. So I find, plus sometimes you'll get a key right after each other, but sometimes you'll play like a few games because the ratio is less for T1 versus T4 to get the key. So again, it's to your preference. I like doing Torment 1. It's like boom, done, boom, done, boom, done. Oh, I got a key. Boom, done. Oh, I got a key. And then maybe I won't get one for a little bit. And, you know, as, you know, I think you get it. So let's see here. So we're going to go ahead and start Act 1. Act 1, 2, 3, and 4 have the Key Wardens to acquire the keys for the infernal machines. So let's go ahead and start T1. I do the Imprisoned Angel just because I find that it's... everything's done, you know, so just start at the end of the acts. So let's go ahead and resume game real quick, and then I'll show you guys the keys and the infernal machines and stuff I'm talking about. So let's get to it. Alright, so if you go over here, you can see right here, these are all the... Okay, so the keys are gone. I already converted them into the infernal machine, so I have 2 infernal machines of each. And you have a chance, okay, when you play the Ubers, you're not guaranteed to get the organs. As far as I know, if anything has changed, please leave it in the comments. I would love to know. But you're not guaranteed to get the organs, so you know you got to get as many of these as you can. It takes 4 keys to get 1 infernal machine to make a portal. So that's that. And I'll go ahead and show you guys what acts, what runs, and which routes are the best that I find, and techniques used. So real quick, I want to show you guys my DPS. I'm doing just shy of 800k. Toughness is at 6 mil. I usually play T3 or T4. T4 is a little tough. T3 I can hang no matter like what's going on. And then with buffs and stuff like that, this all gets boosted. The best part about doing cash runs or key runs or anything like that, you should really try, if you find these boots, keep them and use them just for these, because this is amazing. It's something that saves me an enormous amount of time. You may move unhindered through enemies. That's secondary on these boots, the illusory boots. It's an astronomical difference in time in trying to do the key runs and the cash runs and other things where you're just like on a mission. You're not trying to kill stuff. You're just trying to get through it, get your goal, and get out and do it again. And that's why these are cool, is because like if you have regular boots, you get stopped. You have to fight your way through stuff to keep going, and it's just really annoying. This I'll show you when we get into the game. It really doesn't hinder me at all. I can just run straight to my goal, kill it, see if it's there. If not, do it again. So let's go ahead and get going. Jump to the Fields of Misery, and let's get started. Alright, so what I'm going to do real quick is just run to the edge, right? So what I like to do personally, I like to run to the edge, and then, oh, that's not the edge yet. And then I skirt the edges for the Key Warden. Now, this is because he's usually hiding in a corner somewhere. And if you run, this edge is a lot farther away than I thought it was going to be. But you can see I can run through all these enemies. Nothing stops me. Even the bull, if he hits me, then I stopped. But usually it doesn't stop me at all. So it makes it really cool. I can just keep running and keep going and get my mission over with. These guys, like, none of them stop me. Most people will get stopped. So that's why if you can find those boots, even if they have sucky stats, put them in your stash. Just hold on to them for when you do this kind of stuff. That way you can just run, get it over with, get done. Now, I like to skirt the edges because he's usually hiding in a corner somewhere, either, you know, like one of the four corners. Sometimes he is in the middle, and sometimes he's actually right next to the portal, which is really cool because that means, you know, you can just kill him and it's over with in a matter of seconds. It took like a minute. This takes a few minutes. Sometimes he's, you know, going to be at the very last spot you look, and that's just the way the game is sometimes. But, yeah, if you got your speed up a little bit, you can outrun all these guys so they can't do any damage to you. There he is. Nice. Good. That's perfect. So I like to corner myself and then pop everything and then get everything up so that when everybody tries to attack me, they all die. That way I'm in a corner. It's not like something's going to come hit me from behind. And we'll see if he drops the key. See, this took a minute. This took a minute. And I'm just going to kill him, see if the key pops. I got it. There it is. See, everybody? So that's kind of that's what I like to do for the first act. Now, again, stick to the edges because you don't want to run all scattered, and then he's gonna be in that one spot you didn't look, and it's gonna just straight piss you off. So, yeah, that's what I recommend doing. If anybody else has a good pattern or route or something they like to do to find it, you know, let us know. We'd love to hear what you have to say, and leave it in the comments so everybody else could find out about it. Yeah. So now what we're gonna do is get out of here. Just portal back to town. And then I'll kind of give you a brief breakdown of how to just restart. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. You just leave and then you just resume game. In the prior D3, you didn't have to do that. You had to actually, like, change the level that you were in for it to reset. This one, you don't have to do that. You can just leave, you just press resume game, and everything just resets. So that's really cool. So, let's go ahead and get to it, and let's go to the next one. So, again, Act 1, stick to the outsides. And then after you're done, make sure you just run through the middle, but make sure you get all the spots. That way you kind of cover everything. Because what you'd hate to do is like run in like a pattern. You have all these spots all over, and then you just miss him. And then you end up spending, I don't know, 20 minutes running around a map. And he's somewhere, if you just run around the edge and the first time, you would have seen him. So that's something just to point out. So that's how you get the key, the first one. And again, that was luck. Let's get on to the next one. So now I'm going to go to Act 2. Lord of Lies, and then actually you could just go to this one, doesn't matter, either or, and then start game, leave it on Torment 1, and again you'll just run through incredibly fast if you do T1s. That last one took a minute and I got a key, boom, done. And that's the new keys. Now the old keys for D3, those are void. Those are no longer, well, okay, that's not completely true. You can still make the old Hellfire rings if you have the keys for them, but the Hellfire, I'll show you actually. The Hellfire rings, the old Hellfire rings are not the same as, so this right here is an old Hellfire ring. And these are old keys, and these are old infernal machines. These all play into each other, but they're not for the new ones. These are the new ones. Now, I haven't created a key yet because I do have some parts, but I don't want to create the ring, because I have heard doing research that it's not quite up to par where it needs to be, and I think they're going to buff it soon. And when they do, boom, I'm going to make like 3 or 4 of them for all of my different characters, and you know, hopefully it'll help them. If not, you know, who cares? It was still fun getting them, and we'll go from there. So let's get on to this one. So Act 2, what you like to do, you have to go to the Dalgor Oasis, of course. So go ahead and go here, and then again get to the edge. And this is the one that kind of sucks the most, because this is really big space, and I find it hardest to find the Key Warden in Act 2 than any other act. So this one you kind of got to bear with me if it takes a minute to find him, but we will get him, and hopefully we get the keys. So let's get to it. So again, run to the edges and do your best to avoid a lot of stuff. You don't want to fight a lot of stuff, because you're not trying to get experience. You're trying to just get keys. Now, if you want to kill stuff, I mean, it's your game. Feel free. I'm just saying, if you're playing on different T levels, then try to play on those levels. It's better to get T3 riff run experience than to waste all your time killing this stuff. It's just not an efficient use of your time. I mean, that begs the argument, is getting these keys a good use of your time, but it depends on, you know, where you're at, what you're trying to do. If you're trying to do this just for fun, or if you're trying to do it to better your character. You know, the keys I don't think are up to par of where they should be, but I think they're going to get there. I think actually not a lot of people are getting them, so they're going to buff the key and the rings, the ring stats soon. So it'll give people more an incentive to want to do the key runs. So there's that. And yeah, so that first run I got lucky with that key. So, but if I don't get the key with these runs, I'm just going to move on to the next one. This is just kind of show you guys the breakdown of what I do to get the keys and to acquire the Hellfire rings. Yeah, these boots are just amazing. I would have got stuck right there, and it would have sucked, and I would have had to deal with all the blah, blah, blah. Wasting all my time on shit I don't want to kill. Now, you can do these as a group, but a little forewarning, if you do it as a group, it will become harder to... The more people that join your group, it'll become harder to kill the Key Warden, and it just takes longer. And all the characters do, they get harder. So, I would recommend doing private parties and just leave game, resume game, leave game, resume game, etc. And again, with Act 2, I would say it's probably the hardest act to actually find the Key Warden. He is always where you never look. Oh, there he is. About time. Because he takes... Oh, great. I'm not trying to get all the elites in here with me. I'm trying to just get all this right here, back into this corner. We kill it all. There's that. Where's he at? Right there. Alright, so I got an elite in here too, but he's a really easy elite, so this should take just a second. Try to avoid elite packs if you can when you're trying to hunt for it. It just makes it take longer. Hey, look, I got a doctrine or something. So let's see if I got it. Nope, no luck this time. But that's basically what you do, you know. You just keep running in circle, and these guys are annoying. If you're trying to like portal out, he's always like creating the guy right next to you and stuff. It's just annoying.
Need more arcane.
So kill everything. You know, pick everything up. Boom. Portal back. And then leave game. Act 3. Or you could actually, if you didn't get the key and you want the key, just... I'll show you right now. Boom. Leave game. And then right here, just boom. Resume game. And then it'll be reset. And then just go back and do it again. And that took maybe 2 minutes. Now, if you're doing an Act 3 or 4 run, again, it'll take a lot longer. And it won't go quite as fast. I got some guys on apparently. I'll worry about that in a minute. So, let's go to Act 3. Make sure you always go to the end of the acts. Siege Breaker. Actually, I'm going to do Heart of Sin. Okay. Okay. Start game. Now, again, the drops, you might do like... I've gone as many as probably like 8 times I've played without getting a key run, but it's only been like 2-minute runs, so it's like less than 20 minutes. So I'm not worried about that versus 5 games in T3 where, you know, it takes a lot longer. You're working, you know, and not getting it. So it's like an hour versus 20 minutes for, you know, it's up to you though. So here we go. Again, so right now this one's in the stone fort, so go ahead and click it and let's get started. So with this act, it's not so much staying near the edges because there are no edges. This is just like a kind of like pathway you have to follow, but there is a certain way to go. Oh, got a little wall there messing with me a little bit, but again, the boots just make it so I don't get stopped. So just follow the paths. And if he's in the pathway, then you'll see him. Alright, this is getting annoying, so I'm just going to kill this guy off. I'm over it, buddy. So if there's stuff like that, just like even with the boots, sometimes there's stuff that just bothers you. You know, you just gotta kill it. It's nothing you can do about it. So, anyways, just follow the pathway. And then there's a little trick coming up I'll show you. So he's never up there, but he is down here sometimes. So you're going to want to make this quick right down here. Because sometimes he's chilling right here. And then sometimes he is chilling over here on this corner over here. Now, this is pretty much all the spots I've seen him, and hopefully I get to show them all to you guys. If not, I'll go ahead and finish showing you guys. Sometimes he's right here, and then sometimes he is right here, and sometimes he is all the way up in this little space. No luck today. Good, because that means I get to show you guys the rest of them. So this is the route I take, and it never fails. He's always going to be in one of these spots. And then, yeah, so then you just keep on running through. If you have these boots, it's amazing. Like I said, you have to kill stuff occasionally, but... Alright, and then you run over here. And then most people run up that way. Go this way, because he's right there. There he is. I was like, sometimes he's right up here. And then, again, corner yourself.
Still waiting.
And just start killing him.
Need more arcane.
If you corner yourself like this, a lot of times when they split or they do things and you're confined in a little corner, you have a better advantage of killing stuff faster, so it just goes faster. Then if you have Archon, go Archon, of course. And usually he'll die pretty quick. If he lets you work without getting stopped here. There we go. So we got him. I didn't get it this time. But, so just finish killing stuff. These guys are annoying because they'll always summon stuff on you, and it becomes a hassle. If you need to, sometimes you can just run away, like run into like a little corner somewhere, and they'll leave you alone. And sometimes they won't though. Like right now, so it'd be a good time for me to. Oh, not quite. There you go. Perfect. Oh, not quite. Oh, not quite. No, he's gonna. Alright, so now I gotta go kill this guy. This is what I'm talking about. You're trying to portal away, and things like this always hinder you from finishing your portal, and it's just absolutely annoying. They do have gear that can actually make it so stuff could beat on you and you can still portal away, but whatever. Alright, so then portal away. Actually, well yeah, actually, so this is what I do, and then I'm going to finish the little route for you guys. So you can either go that way, but what's cool about this is he's never down here, because if you're you know, how should you say driving, but if you're walking around and you could actually see down there, so he's never down there. But sometimes he is on this side, and then just if you go down the rest of the map from here on, he's going to be in the way, so that's kind of cool. But those first two spots that I showed you guys, the little routes, those are the little routes you have to take, because sometimes he's up here, sometimes he's up here, and the other spots I showed you. So if you do this up to this point, then you'll always find him. So there's that. Now let's go ahead and portal back and get Act 4 knocked out for you, and we'll be done with this little tutorial for you guys. Alright, so go ahead and leave game. Alright. Game settings. And then you're going to want to go to Act 4. Make sure you go Primeval. You can't go on this one right here, Beneath the Spire, because you have to get into the Silver Spire in order to find the Key Wardens. Make sure you do Primeval. Press OK. OK. And then start game. Alright, so here we are, and then right here you're going to want to go to the Crystal Colonnade, which is why you have to do the last scene of Act 4. So you go ahead and go in here, and it drops you off right here, and then we get started. So let's get started. Little stuff like this that drops from the sky, you don't want to mess with that stuff, so just go ahead and pass it. If a scene pops up like this one does right here, press escape. Make sure, you don't want to watch all that jazz. I mean, if you do, go ahead. I mean, but you're just on a mission to get these keys, Same with these little missions like her. Don't click her. You got stuff to do. You're trying to get these keys as fast as possible. Now, Act 4 is in my opinion, the hardest to acquire the key. It drops less often. And, well, I just got some guys here. I was going to try to talk to you guys, but anyways. Just run past everything. It is the hardest to get the keys here in Act 4. But just do your best to wall me in. Come on, let me go. Man, that's so annoying. Another wall? Jeez, how many walls are you going to put up? I hope you guys walled yourselves in. Anyways, yeah, so just keep running around the edges. It is the hardest to get the key out of Act 4, not to mention everything in Act 4 is just harder to kill in general. So if you run around too much and you acquire too much stuff behind you, you will die. You'll get messed up. That's just the way it is. So I like to skirt around the edges, try to lose as much stuff as possible. Don't hesitate to run away as much as possible, because you want to get distance between you and, you know, the guys. That way when you actually come across the Key Warden, you can actually just kill them real quickly. So these guys, they're being a pain in my butt.
Still waiting.
Let's go. Leave me alone. So that was the end right there. These guys are annoying as all heck. Let's try to do this real quick. Alright, so try to do stuff like that to get rid of them, but unfortunately Tyrael, when he's following you, he creates... Oh man, how did you find me? These guys are relentless, I'm telling you. Excuse me, my cold's acting up a little bit. But yeah, so keep running around the edges. There he is. And if you find him, try to drag him away from all the elites. Try to grab yourself into a corner and get busy with the... Try not to die. If I get too much stuff like this, you can die. If you put, like, too much stuff on you, you know? It'll happen. So let's try to get him real quick. I think I got him. There we go. Did I get it? I got it. The key, there it is. So if you, again, if you put too much stuff around you, you'll die. You'll accumulate too much stuff, and I mean, I guess if you have retarded amount of toughness, yeah, you'll be all right. But so that's what I do. Just run around the corners, try to get away as much as possible. That's why I didn't actually stick to the corner up here. If you look on the map, I kind of cut down here. It was because I was trying to lose those guys through the stairs, and that's oftentimes I'll find a good way to get rid of some of the stuff that's following you. Yeah, so that's why I did that, instead of following the edge and going around here and looking for them on the edge. Alright, so let's go back to town. So that's that. I always keep a separate stash for my keys and stuff. So let's put... Oh, that's not the key. Still needs to go there. So there's that. And yeah, so I really just wanted to break this down for you guys. And then after you acquire all the keys, come to this gentleman right here. Craft. He's in every act. Different spots, different locations, but still... No, does the same stuff. So then just go to Forge Weapons, and then you'll see right here Portal Device, and this is the old one. So if you have the old keys, that's where you can use this. If you have the new keys, which I just showed you how to acquire, the Act 4 does take a little longer. Unfortunately, you just have to bear with that. If you do go higher in Torment, it gets a lot harder too. It's just Act 4 is tough in general, so you're just gonna have to suffer through with the Key of Evil and try to do your best to, you know, get it. But good luck to the best of you. And yeah, so here's these, all the ones you need. So okay, so each one of these is for a different Uber. I should break that down for you guys too. So you're gonna want each one of these, and then you're gonna want to hopefully get an organ from each one of these guys to run over to the jeweler, who is, I'm sorry, right over here. I almost went to Gadala. And where is it? Right here. Right here. And then you can, the new Hellfire Ring. This is the old Hellfire Ring. These are the new ones. And yeah, so again, they're not high on stats, but hopefully they buff that soon, and that's when I'm going to utilize all the stuff I've acquired. And it's something just to do for fun too. I mean, it's kind of test to see how fast you could do them, how many you can get. Like I said yesterday, I acquired, I don't even know, it's like I was on a mission and I got like 24 in a matter of like 4 or 5 hours. It didn't take long at all. So it was just a nice little session, plus I got a few Paragon levels in there. So that was nice. So yeah, I just wanted to show this to you guys. I hope everybody really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It's fun to share information like this. So yeah, if you liked it, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time, everybody, I'll check you later. Take it easy.